Welcome to Daily Dose of UFC. Any love is appreciated towards the channel. Let's get into it. Mike Perry takes on Daniel Rodriguez in a 3-round war. The first thing I notice about this fight is how active D-Rod has been. He's fought 4 times in 2020, 2 of them coming by finish and the rest went the full 3. I'm a huge Mike Perry fan, but it's no secret that he has been on the decline since the Vicente Luque fight. I see this fight playing out 3 different ways. The first one being D-Rod drops Mike Perry and then pulls a submission win. The second way this fight could happen is Mike Perry wins a close decision. Or, number 3, D-Rod gets a decision win. Both fighters have been pretty high output, and they're very good strikers and not afraid to get hit. I could see a lot of blood this fight and big power shots, but Mike Perry could easily break his nose again. That's the big issue this fight, is trust. If it was a motivated Mike Perry, I would have easily picked him. I am very curious to see how Mike Perry performs this fight. I liked Mike Perry before he lost his nose to Vicente Luque. I was so angry when he lost to Jeff Neal by that head kick. But I can definitely see D-Rod putting some nasty hands on Mike Perry this fight. The Tim Means told us a lot about Mike Perry and how hittable he gets. If you are betting on this fight, please stay away from Mike Perry. I'm not even sure how Mike Perry doesn't get cut if he loses this fight. Please, Mike Perry, show up motivated. We miss you. So I'm going to give Mike Perry a 40% chance to win, and D-Rod a 60% chance. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments below of how you think this fight's going to play out. I just don't see very many paths to victory for Mike Perry. Not even if he tries to use wrestling. He'll probably get submitted. Up next, we got Nina versus Mackenzie Dern. I'm thinking Mackenzie Dern, hear me out. She has been more active. Nina hasn't been in the cage in a long time. In the last fight she was in, she didn't look too bad, but Nina tends to be controlled on the ground. We've seen this in the random Marcos fight. Got her down and held her down for a while. Mackenzie Dern has shown she can beat someone up, at least decent fighters. Something I noticed about Mackenzie Dern is when watching her fight tape, she can push a pace on other fighters. Seriously, I think Mackenzie Dern is an improving fighter. I'm not saying Mackenzie Dern is going to smoke Nina, but I see her winning a decision, probably close. I'm going to give Mackenzie Dern an 80% chance to win, and Nina a 20%. Drop your thoughts below. The 3 ways I see this fight going is Mackenzie Dern wins a decision, probably really high output, and then I could see Nina maybe getting a lucky submission, and then the other way is Nina a decision. But I see it 29-28, Mackenzie Dern all day. So, Sam Alvey versus Julian Marquez. I don't like to see Sam Alvey is moving down a weight class. Kinda stupid, but both fighters suck. He looked terrible in the Marco Polo fight, but he does have big power in his hands, and I could see a first-round KO. But I also wouldn't be surprised if Sam Alvey pulled off a decision win in the later rounds. Julian is also so sloppy at times, but he has that great chin and big power shots. I could see Sam Alvey pushing him against the cage early and holding on to him like he did his last fight, for dear life. Something I should mention is that Sam Alvey has 20 KO/TKO wins in his entire UFC career, but Julian has never been finished, and he has won every fight by a finish, 5 KO and 3 submission wins. So I don't see a way for Sam Alvey to actually get a finish here. The more I think about it, Sam Alvey has only been finished 3 times, so I could see this going the distance. And if Sam Alvey takes a loss here, this could be a career-ending loss, and they should cut him. He had a draw before this, and then he got beat by Klitzen. Jimmy Crute got an easy win over him, and Antonio beat him also. So Sam Alvey isn't having a very good time lately. Obviously this fight is probably going to stay on the feet, clinching and both throwing big power shots, trying to get that knockout win. But I see Julian Marquez eating all of them and gassing out and getting a very grimy decision win. Or Sam Alvey could also get it. Julian hasn't been knocked out, so he has a very good chin. and I don't see how Sam Alvey does it. Julian has that bad cardio, but a lot of heart, so I just see more paths to victory for Julian Marquez, so my money is on him. The Black Wolf vs. Kyle Daukaus. Kyle has 10 wins and 1 loss, and is coming into this fight with a big height and reach advantage. Kyle is 6'3", and the Black Wolf is only 5'9", with a 2-inch reach disadvantage. So I went and watched the Black Wolf's fights, and he is relentless. He's always going for takedowns and pushing the pace. He lands like 10 strikes per minute. Don't even get me started on what happens when he takes you down. The ground and pound from this guy is relentless too. The Black Wolf also has really good submissions, so yeah, he's definitely a threat. Most of his fights, I'm gonna go with the Black Wolf, but don't be surprised if Kyle Daukaus makes it close. He also has really good grappling. Kyle Daukaus is a great fighter. But the problem with him is sometimes he doesn't show complete dominance in his fights. He has some trouble in his last fight here and there. It should have been easier for the win. I just think that, at least today, that the Black Wolf's wrestling will be too much for Kyle Daukaus. If you guys remember, in the Brendan Allen fight, he did some good things against Kyle on the ground. But Kyle has also shown grit, so a finish is going to be hard to get in this fight. Both have good cardio, which shows that this fight could be more exciting. I see a lot of people are not agreeing on this fight. Not trying to make anyone mad, but in my opinion, the Black Wolf at least has a 20% better chance than Kyle Daukaus of winning this fight. I would not place any money on this fight. It's too close to call, but I would love to hear your guys' thoughts and predictions. Next up is a fight I'm excited to watch. You got Arnold Almighty Allen versus Sadiq Super Yusuff. I gotta pick Arnold Allen here. He is an underdog, but hear me out before you dislike the video. I would have even picked Arnold Allen as a slight favorite, guys. I know Arnold has had some time off, and Sadiq Yusuff hasn't looked bad lately, but Arnold Allen has been doing this a long time. He is a great fighter and has great technique, more experience. They are close in reach and height, so what does Sadiq have over Arnold Allen? Well, he doesn't really have anything over him, but he has good striking and leg kicks. I haven't seen Arnold Allen rock too much, and someone to beat him, you're going to have to smother him against the cage, and that's just not what Sadiq Yusuff does. I like the straight shots from Arnold Allen also, compared to the wide throws that Sadiq Yusuff uses. Sadiq Yusuff throws big looping shots, and I don't like that too much, in this fight at least. I actually trust Arnold Allen's chin much more than I have, because he hasn't been rocked as much in fights as Sadiq Yusuff. He knows when he gets hit with punches and rolls with it, and he also has really good movement and defense. He doesn't just walk into a punch like Sadiq Yusuff does sometimes and then brawls like crazy. When you see Sadiq Yusuff get clipped, like by Gabriel for example, he gets a little bit reckless. Arnold Allen is undefeated in the UFC. I'm going to have to go with my boy, Arnold Allen. I'd give him like a 40%, and Sadiq Yusuff, or I'd give Sadiq Yusuff 40%, Arnold Allen 60%. I just think Allen is more technical, but Sadiq Yusuff has a lot more power. Sadiq Yusuff is going to have a higher output than Allen. But what I think is going to happen is Allen will tire out Sadiq within the 3 rounds with his good striking defense and good head movement. Drop your predictions below and thoughts. I'd love to know them. Next up, we got Marvin Vettori versus Kevin Holland. I don't see a reason why I should pick Kevin Holland here, unless he pulls off a lucky viral knockout like he sometimes does. Kevin Holland does not have great takedown defense at all, as we've seen in the Brunson fight. I think Vettori was going to use wrestling against Dern before this fight was canceled because of the broken collarbone. I can see Marvin Vettori going out there early and wrestling, possibly getting a rear naked choke or some type of submission win. It seems too obvious that it will happen that I'm actually worried Holland will somehow get another upset. If we go back and look at some of the fights Kevin Holland has been in, he gets taken down quite a bit in his recent fights. That's been a problem before the Brunson fight. I still don't even understand how he won the Souza fight off his back. It's just so hard to see how Kevin Holland wins here or trust him. I think Kevin Holland is going to get more upsets or weird knockouts. Just not this fight. I have to think Marvin will take him down. Please, take him down, Marvin Vettori. Alright, drop your predictions and comments below.